my name is Esther Stoneburner. I'm the executive designer for the work of her hands and the photographer and owner of Viva Bene Photography. I'm 19 years old. I've been designing since I was 12. I was born and raised in Portage, Michigan, Kalamazoo area. I've been very blessed to live here. There's so much to do, especially for artists. I'm sure any artist in the area can relate to. I was homeschooled and I was put in contact with a lot of people there who are very encouraging of businesses and creativity. I think that was part of what got me thinking out of the box. I never grew up thinking I want to work for somebody else. It was always, what can I do? 8 years old, I started a business with my sisters doing dog sitting, so it was just a matter of time before I was able to use my creativity in a way that was financially beneficial to me. I will be PMN's featured artist for the October Art Hop this year, and I am very excited, so let's go ahead and get started. I first got my start creating fiber art when I was 12 years old. All of my friends were taking up knitting, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. Why am I not involved in this? I've always been kind of a crafty person. It's like weaving on my little cardboard loom at home or just painting with whatever I can find around the house. My parents bought me a knitting class for my 12th birthday, and it just kind of took off from there. My first project was a felted purse. It turned out super cute. I was just excited, and so I continued to go from there. Eventually I ran out of projects, so I started designing my own. I would, come up with my own patterns, just run with my own thing, and eventually I just got so much that it's like I can't give all these away for gifts. I can't keep them all. What do I do with them? So that's how I started my business, The Work of Her Hands. Yeah, that's how it's got started. Well, that's kind of a loaded question. There are a lot of things I like, there are a lot of things I don't like. About the process itself, we'll just start there. What I don't like about the designing process is when you first start something, there's a certain mathematical factor to it. We don't really know how it's going to turn out until the finished piece. So if you're using a particularly expensive material, that can be kind of nerve-wracking. I've ripped whole projects out before. If I'm first writing the pattern, I don't know how it's going to turn out. A lot of things that I like about it. I love having the freedom to design what I want. I love being able to put patterns and colors together in the way I would like them, in something that's unique and just kind of speaks to each person individually. I love colors in general. I just love being able to put them together. That brings me to another dislike. I just cannot stand off-white and yellow. Is that just me? I can't stand that color combination. It's like creamed corn. I don't mean to offend any creamed corn lovers out there. If you enjoy it, then that is totally you. I love bright colors. Sometimes I have to drag myself down to a level where I have to think what the consumers would like. If a lot of my big sellers are the neutrals, the lovely fall shades, the black and the silvers, the pieces that go with anything. So sometimes I just have to drag myself there and make myself create the pieces that aren't as colorful or as unique, just so that everyone has something. I want everyone to have a little bit of something. What's appealing to me about multimedia? I take a lot of my inspiration from my photography. There are several pieces I've created specifically because I love the way the colors worked in a certain photo. They all blend together. I love that one in particular. I was photographing my fiance as he was sitting by the water, and I saw all these gorgeous yellows and greens and blues, and they all went so well together, and so I just created a scarf out of it. So photography is definitely an inspiration for me. I've learned a lot of things. I've learned a lot about business. I was involved in a homeschool class in Battle Creek for a while that taught young entrepreneurs about business, about the process of starting their own business, whether it's creating a product or selling a service, both of which I do, so that was a very useful class for me. It taught me a lot, both about design, what people would like. I can't just go off of what I'd like or else everything would be purple. I can tell you that right now. I know, I'm sorry, I'm bad. But I have to go off of what every consumer would like. Well, from that business class, I was able to do a lot of really cool things I wouldn't have been able to otherwise, both with my art and my business. I was able to take a trip to Chicago and compete in a business expo there, and that was actually my second fashion show that I had put on for my work. The whole feeling of seeing people sitting there and really appreciating your work is just incredible. I would love to do that again. And thankfully I'm able to. I mean, Kalamazoo is such a great town for appreciating art. Whether it's an event going on or, I mean, something like the Art Hop where it takes place every month, they're really, really great for being able to showcase local art. So this, I guess, would be another one of my experiences that I am incredibly proud of. Besides Chicago, I've done an art show in South Haven for the past, I think, 6 or 7 years now. I had the honor of winning Most Original Product there. Second place in my business showcase in Chicago. First place for my business plan and my product in Battle Creek. I was able to get so much support from everybody, whether it was a complete stranger or my family who has been with me this whole time. And now my loving fiance, who goes with me to all the art shows and puts up with my photography. He's really great. It's so important to have supportive people in your life, especially when it's something like art where you can be really proud of it one day and then just absolutely hate it the next. I think part of what sets me apart is how many people who do what I do. There are lots of people who work in fiber arts, many wonderful people who have had the pleasure of coming in contact with over the years who have supported me and built me up, but there are very few people, if any, who do exactly what I do. I design all my patterns from scratch. I pay attention to what's trending in the fashion world, what I think will stay, and what's just a passing fad that'll look incredibly silly a week from now. I choose all of my colors very carefully. I want to make sure it's something that blends well, and that's honestly what I get complimented on, I think, most about my work, is the choice of colors, something they may not have thought about, and it just adds that pop of color into an outfit. Just always willing to try new things. I never ever want to just confine myself to what I already know how to do. Every year I try to come out with something new. A couple years ago I did a knitted dress and that sold right away, so I've been continuing down that road of doing more large pieces besides just the accessories. The more I do that challenges myself, I find the more satisfied I am with my work. Besides photography, I draw my inspiration from fashion these days. There's a lot that goes down the runway. It could have absolutely nothing to do with knitting. Nothing. Well, maybe I like those colors, or I like the fact that it has that pop of sparkle. That's one way I draw my inspiration. Another, as sappy as it sounds, nature is one of the best inspirations I could get. I really can't top that. Whether it's a walk on the beach and seeing the sunset and all the gorgeous colors, it could be a building, a piece of architecture. There's just so much around me that can inspire me if I just let it. Oh, asking which piece is my favorite is kind of like asking what my favorite child is. You are so cruel to ask me this. Which is my favorite child? There are several that come to mind though. Don't tell my other children. One was when I first got started. I think I was 13, so I mean, you know, first got started. It was my first commission piece to do a shawl for a mother of the bride, and it was in all these deep blues and blacks and silver, and it had beads as the fringe just all down the shawl. It was absolutely gorgeous. And it kills me that I never got a picture of that, but that is one of my favorite. Another one is that knitted dress that I had made. It was all hand-dyed yarn from an artist. It's all completely original, can't be duplicated. Absolutely breathtaking. And